Welcome back to another episode. Make sure you watch the video till the end and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Here are the top 10 strongest countries in the world. United States. The United States of America is a North American nation that is the world's most dominant economic and military power. Likewise, its cultural imprint spans the world, led in large part by its popular culture expressed in music, movies, and television. In 2016, the country elected Donald Trump president. Trump's rhetoric and stances on issues including immigration and foreign trade have raised questions around the world, including from the country's closest allies, about the nation's future course on the global stage. Russia. The scale of Russia is difficult to imagine. It is the world's largest country by land mass, nearly twice as big as Canada, the world's second largest nation, and covers all of northern Asia and much of Eastern Europe. It shares land borders with more than a dozen countries, and shares sea borders with Japan and the United States. China. Home to one of the world's oldest civilizations, China has been ruled by the Communist Party since 1949. When the nation was established as the People's Republic of China. The country is the world's most populous and is considered the second largest by land mass. Germany. Germany, the most populous nation in the European Union, possesses one of the largest economies in the world and has seen its role in the international community grow steadily since reunification. The Central European country borders 9 nations, and its landscape varies, from the northern plains that reach to the North and Baltic Seas to the Bavarian Alps in the south. The UK. The United Kingdom is a highly developed nation that exerts considerable international economic, political, scientific, and cultural influence. Located off the northwest corner of Europe, the country includes the island of Great Britain, which contains England, Scotland, and Wales, and the northern portion of the island of Ireland. The year 2017 ushered in anxiety about the country's role on the global stage, due to the public voting in the summer of 2016 to leave the European Union. The vote raises questions about the European Union, as well as the policies supporting the Eurozone. France. It is difficult to overstate the influence France has on the world, both in the past and today. Located in Western Europe, France is one of the world's oldest countries, and its reach extends around the globe through science, politics, economics, and perhaps above all, culture. Starting in the Middle Ages, France evolved through kingdom, empire, and finally, into a republic. It was one of the first nations to champion the rights of the individual. Japan. One of the world's most literate and technically advanced nations is an East Asian country made up of 4 main islands. While most of Japan is covered by mountains and heavily wooded areas, the country's roughly 126 million people lead a distinctly urban lifestyle. Long culturally influenced by its neighbors, today the country blends its ancient traditions with aspects of Western life. Israel. The only Jewish nation in the world, is a small country on the eastern shore of the Mediterranean Sea. For its relatively small size, the country has played a large role in global affairs. The country has a strong economy, landmarks of significance to several religions and strained relationships with many of its Arab neighbors. South Korea. Officially the Republic of Korea, is a nation in Eastern Asia with a long history of conflict that occupies the southern portion of the Korean peninsula. Liberated from Japan in 1945 at the end of World War II, South Korea was invaded by communist forces in North Korea a few years later. Aid requested by the United Nations helped end the 3-year war and supports the South on its way to democracy. A critical divide between the two nations along the center of the peninsula remains. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is the giant of the Middle East, with both the vast majority of land and wealth of the Arabian Peninsula falling within its borders. Millions of devout Muslims from around the world participate in a pilgrimage to Mecca each year, believed to be the birthplace of the Muslim prophet Muhammad and the cradle of Islam. A fierce religious identity dominates the Sunni-majority nation, with principles of the Quran, conservative Sunni teachings known as Wahhabism and strict Islamic Sharia law present in all aspects of life. We'll be discussing the most peaceful countries on our next video, so make sure you have your post notifications turned on so you don't miss out. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't.